Do you struggle with overachieving? You set really high standards for yourself that you kind of set yourself up for failure? I'm Brandon. This is one day at a time. I'm going to dig into that a little bit. This is an issue that I know that I struggle with. I still am struggling with it. I'm slowly working through it. I feel like I have an overachieving mindset to where I set really high standards for myself. I want to do this much, and if I do this much, it's not enough. And the hardest part with that is that like no one's setting those standards other than myself, and sometimes I set them so high that there's no way that I can meet them. So I just end up failing. It's like a self fulfilling prophecy of failure. So for me, like I have a hard time acknowledging the things that I did do or the steps that I have taken because I'm so focused on the end goal and where I want to be, and I'm in such a rush to get there, which is really silly because like nobody's holding me to the same standard that I am. And if I feel like I fell short, the only person who sees that is me. Like I set the standards that I couldn't meet. And it's hard. Sometimes you're busy, you have other stuff going on, and you can't do everything that you set out to do. But, you know, you got to give yourself a little bit of credit for the things that you do. Um, if nobody's really complaining, saying that you're not doing enough, chances are you're probably doing more than enough and you just don't see it. For me with my faith, like God's given us grace upon grace. Like we didn't do anything to earn it. We can't earn any more of it. Like that's it. Like He poured out His love and His grace on us, and we can't earn more of it. So for me, like when I try to like overachieve and like set high goals for myself, what am I trying to earn? God's already given me everything. So like I need to give myself credit, like to understand that I wanted to do 10 things, but I got 3 done today. But also there's 4 small things that I've been doing or did do that still count for something. And understanding, my mindset, I grew up feeling like I was not enough and I always had to prove myself. So for me, like that's a lot of where that comes from is just feeling like you always have to prove yourself, and eventually like who are you trying to prove yourself to? For me, I feel like a lot of it is myself. I feel like I try to earn favor with God in the things that I'm doing. And, I do a lot of things, but I forget about all of them because all I can focus on is what I wanted to do, how much I wanted to do, where I wanted to be. And, like, it's not fair to myself. So I'm working on learning how to give myself grace. And there's a parable in the Bible that I heard again the other day. I've heard it a couple of times, and it's the wheat and the tares. And for me, like I understood the parable, in the grand scheme of things, like the wheat is us. Like the farmer who plants the seeds is Jesus. The field is the world. We are the seeds. The enemy is obviously the devil, and the harvesters are the angels. So like when the seeds are corrupted with the weeds or the tares, if you will, like that's the enemy like planting them. But you have to wait until harvest to know what's what. So sometimes, like as you're going through things need to grow before you can tell whether they're good or bad. But that also correlates to inside us because we're gonna have wheat and weeds in our souls and in ourselves. And for me, like I find myself focusing on the weeds, the bad things that like where I fell short. And then like when you take a step back and you sit down and like you look at all the things that you did do right and all the things that you did accomplishment and all the people that do appreciate you and feel like you are making a huge impact in their lives, it's a humbling experience and it's something that I'm working really hard to try to focus on. So if you're like me, which I know that there's a lot of people like me, that they just feel the need to just keep going above and beyond every single chance that they get, just know that a lot of times, when you do fall short, it's your own standards. You're falling short on yourself setting unrealistic expectations. I challenge everyone, including myself, that every time you do feel like you fall short, take a step back. Think about all the things that you did do right. Think about all the things that you did accomplish, all the progress that you have made, and like, don't forget how far you've come. For me with this journey, like I'm so much further along than I was back in October before I found God. And now, like for me, like I can put high standards on myself as I walk through faith because I want to be up here, but I'm right here. But I started down here, so being here from here is huge. But I still want to be here, which is good. It's good to have the intentions to go higher, do more, do things better. But don't forget all the things that you have done, how far you've come, and don't condemn yourself when you do feel like you fall short. Now, I correlate that with my faith because that's a lot of where my mindset is right now with it, but it could relate to anything. With your job, you think you're doing a good job, but like you set high standards and you feel like you're falling short. Does your boss think that? Your coworkers think that? Or is it all in your head? Are you doing the best job that you can? And yeah, you want to do more, but you're already doing above and beyond what you are required to do, and everyone around you appreciates it, but you're upset with yourself. Like, give yourself a little bit of grace. Don't keep pushing yourself to the point of failure, because if you keep setting those high standards that are unrealistic from the beginning, you're always going to fail, and you're always going to be trapped in that mindset of I got to do better, I got to do better, I got to do better. And again, like this is what I'm currently struggling with right now. So don't ever feel like you're alone with that stuff. If you ever do feel like you're falling short, ask the people around you. Do they think you're falling short? Because there's a good chance that they don't, and it's all in your head. And if you're in your head and the enemy's lying to you, telling you that you suck, he's got you trapped. Break the chains. Find the light. Get into the Bible. Start praying. Find people to hang out with. Talk it out. Anybody. It'll change a lot of things. So, you know, thanks for sticking around. A little shorter today, but hope you catch me on the next one. Till then, take everything one day at a time.